Hi guys, and welcome to today's video, which is a full house overview on Italian fragrances from the niche brand that is called Maison Gabriella Chieffo. And I know that I won't pronounce every single name of the perfume correctly, so to be fully informed, definitely check out the description box down below, where I will leave a link to the official website of this brand and more helpful information for you guys. So I discovered this brand a few years ago, and I actually had a sample set, but I forgot about it. And a few days ago I learned about a new release from Gabriella, and I was like, wait a minute, I actually have her perfumes and I have never talked about them on my channel. So I decided to inform you guys about this fantastic Italian brand. I actually love Italian perfumes more than French. I just find that Italians, they are so charming, and so are their fragrances. Let me know if you love Italian perfumes and what is your favorite brand or your favorite Italian fragrance in the comments below. And Gabriella Chieffo, she's an Italian mother, which says a lot, and she's a beautiful lady. Unfortunately, I hadn't had enough time to talk with her. Maybe that will change in the future. And she's an engineer and creative spirit, and she began her research into the world of artistic perfumery to create the right formulas for fragrances that are rich in emotional energy. And that is an amazing concept, and she did a great job by collaborating with the two awesome perfumers, Luca Maffoi and Maurizio Serita. And in today's video I will talk about her perfumes. It is not gonna be an in-depth review, more of an house overview, and that's why definitely visit her official website, because she has beautiful stories that tell history of each fragrance, and that is just a very poetic read, so make sure to check that out. I won't be super detailed about each and single fragrance, but I want you guys to have the best impression of each and single fragrance from her collection. That's why you're watching this video, because you want to learn more about these perfumes. So with that being said, let's get started, because I have so many fragrances to talk about, and I want to start with a favorite of mine that is called Like This. I hope you can read the name. And why do I like it? Well, first of all, it is a powdery perfume, and I'm a huge fan of powdery fragrances. Second of all, it is a sweet powdery fragrance that is not gourmand, and that means it is more abstract sweet powderiness, which I always like, because abstract fragrances, they smell a little bit differently depending on your mood, the situation, the time of the day, the weather. And this fragrance is sweet all the time, it is powdery all the time, but it has this amazing aromatic oriental, almost like fougere twist, which makes it unique, and that's why I am extremely attracted to it. So in the opening we have a few citrusy notes such as bergamot and lemon. I don't smell them. We also have a touch of incense, which was popular when this perfume was released in 2014. I don't smell a lot of churchy incense, that is more of a mysterious incense, not really smoky though. And then iris is huge in here, and I love iris in each and single form. And in here it is that delicious, luxurious, sweet iris because of opoponax, which is the second strongest note in here. And I remember I smelled opoponax material when I visited Sarah McCartney from 4160 Tuesdays in her studio, and I fell in love with that material, and I think that is what makes it so sweet. And then we have leather and patchouli in the background, and I love that they are not that noticeable at all. They just make this perfume smell really, really expensive, and I like that so much. So this is a favorite of mine that is a comforting, at the same time very sensual, powdery scent, more feminine, very attractive, very grown up, and it is just a dream for the lovers of powdery, irisy fragrances like me. So definitely check it out if you love scents like that. And we are moving on to the next perfume that is called Just Like This. and this is an interesting fragrance, I need to tell you. It has a few different notes. It has some citruses, it has the note of fig fruit, fig leaf, the note of broom flower, narcissus flower, it has sandalwood and some other woods, and then the strangest thing ever is the note of ash in here. And believe it or not, but I smell that metallic ashy thing in the background, but it actually transports me to my childhood. And I grew up in Ukraine in a really big city, and I'm used to cars, to pollution, and at the same time we had greenery and flowers there too, and I enjoyed spring season so much because everything was blooming and it was just so beautiful, and that reminds me of period of spring in the Ukraine, my childhood. It smells of light flowers. It is a pretty citrusy fragrance, but it really transforms on the skin, and I can imagine that it will smell differently on men and women. So if you are interested in a very unique artistic fragrance that is on the fruity floral citrusy side, I recommend Maison. But if you are the fan of extremely marine scents that smell like ocean, oh my god, I have a true gem for you that you need to check out. It is called Just Like This. And guys, this perfume was created by Luca Mafoy, and it is an extremely aromatic green ocean-like type of a scent. It is woodsy and aquatic. I smell green seaweed in here. At the same time there is a bit of a spiciness and a lot of metallic cold sensation, and it is such a strong fragrance that is very strict and formal, and it smells like salty water, so it reminds me of an ocean. And I highly recommend it, especially for men but also for women, especially if you're looking for something extremely refreshing and ocean smelling for the summertime. It is very long lasting, and if you love scents like that, you'll be obsessed with it. And the second perfume that I want to add to my collection in a full size, just as LYE, is this one. And this is, guys, one of the best tuberose scents I have ever smelled. If you have been following me for a while, then you know that I first hated tuberose, and then I discovered some great tuberose scents that I fell in love with, and this is one of them. Actually, it is a little bit strange, and you might think first that this is a quite sharp and spicy citrusy type of a scent. It has ginger, elemi, and myrrh, coffee, incense, bergamot, and all of that is pretty strong first minutes, but then this fragrance changes and it becomes tuberose, and that tuberose smells like bubble gums, and that is just such an optimistic sweet tuberose that I head over heels, and this floral woodsy musky dry down is just, oh my god, everything. It smells luxurious, at the same time it smells childish, and that is just such an interesting contrast. That's why if you love tuberose, of all kinds, and you're looking for something new, oh my god, check out this one. It is really, really good and also pretty unisex. So with that being said, we are moving on to Hysteria, and this fragrance is not really my cup of tea because it is very right in your face, if you know what I'm talking about. This is a perfume for the lovers of that chocolatey, delicious gourmand patchouli. I prefer patchouli being more refined and aromatic. This one is delicious, sweet, nutty smelling. I smell almost like nuts in here, and iris is also there, but it is somehow really gourmand. The first fragrance was not gourmand with iris. This one is sweet and gourmand, and it is a bit overpowering. It is a very, very strong perfume that I recommend to wear only when it is cold and dark outside. So with that being said, we are talking about this fragrance that is created for the lovers of ambery perfumes. It makes me feel a little bit nauseous when I'm wearing it. It is not my favorite type of a fragrance because it is very, very, very oriental. It is pretty heavy, but I know that so many people love scents like this. It is also vanillic, and it has oak moss, which saves it for me, and I would recommend it for the lovers of amber and for the extreme lovers of amber. So with that being said, we are going to talk about some very, very unusual fragrance. I have never smelled a fragrance like this. It is called ragu, and actually ragu is something that my mom used to cook for me. That was just like a dish of cooked, or I don't know how to say, like different sorts of vegetables in a tomato sauce. And this is a leathery perfume that is spicy and very herbal. It smells of some relaxing thing that you need to drink when you are feeling anxious or something like that. It is called valerianka. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but that's sort of a plant that you make not a drink but a medicinal drink out of it. I don't know, I will place a picture somewhere on the screen, and that is exactly how it smells. So I think if you are the fan of very herbal, relaxing fragrances that will put you in the trance, then check out that one, and you need to appreciate the note of leather too. So the final and most complex fragrance is called like this, and guys, this fragrance is so multi-layered, it is very hard to describe it. That is that type of fragrance that you need to smell to understand, or there is actually no guarantee that you will understand when you smell it, because it is like when you smell it, it's like, oh, it's a green spicy type of a perfume. But once you figure out one part of it, then you're questioning yourself, oh my god, and what is about this and this? Like, this perfume is full of surprises. I need to tell you that it is somehow a hot-cold mixture of greenery, really sharp greenery as galbanum, which I don't like in the perfumery, and some myrrh, cinnamon, smoke, amber. It is an oriental, multi-layered, complex perfume that I think if you once you understood it, there is no going back. You'll be obsessed with it, and it is that perfume that you can make your signature scent. It is very recognizable and one of a kind. So with that being said, that was my review, my take on Maison Gabriella Chieffo perfumes, and let me know if you have ever heard about this brand. If so, what is your favorite perfume? If not, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something new, and in this case, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can always learn about new and exciting perfumes. And I'm looking forward to hear from you. Let me know what is your favorite Italian fragrance in the comments, and stay tuned, smell good, and we'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys!